Deadpool surely is a household name in the mainstream comic community nowadays. Thanks to the Deadpool movie and Deadpool 2 coming out soon, the fourth wall-breaking mercenary has made a fair amount of friends, but some of his enemies are actually superheroes. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to TheGamer and ring that bell to become part of our notification squad. Spider-Man. If Spider-Man's relationship with Deadpool was a Facebook status, it'd be complicated. While they mainly keep to themselves, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man has teamed up with the Merc with a Mouth many times before, on the page and on screen. The first time they teamed up was in Amazing Spider-Man number 611, and since then, they've had a score of crossover issues. Deadpool also has appeared in the Spider-Man cartoons as well, lending a hand whenever he can. At a price. You see, while Deadpool might help out Spidey every now and then, Deadpool has taken the liberty of borrowing Spidey's suit, web shooters, and anything he can get his hands on, and take them on a joyride. The two work together to fight crime, and the banter between them can be endearing at times, but at other times, it can wear on Spidey's patience. Ultimately, it comes off as a love-hate relationship. Can't live with him, can't live without him. Cable. Now we know what you're thinking. How could Cable be a good guy? Isn't he a bad guy because of the movie? Well, you need to catch up on your comics. If you've just been watching the movies, you might think Cable is a villain, but in fact, he's a good guy. Kind of. He was first introduced in the 90s as part of the new generations of mutants. Oh, and he's a mutant sent from the future in order to stop something from happening. I don't know. Okay, alright, never mind. The important thing is that Cable and Deadpool starred in their own comic crossover where Deadpool played his usual silly antics and Cable was his straight man. So unlike the team-ups of Spider-Man and Deadpool where the two work off each other and are ultimately fighting for the same thing, Cable and Deadpool work more like a fighting married couple. They work together only when they have to and hate each other in most circumstances. NEGASONIC Teenage Warhead. Just saying that name sends shivers down your spine. It's by far the coolest sounding name Marvel has come up with for a superhero, and it's a shame barely anything is known about her. She first appeared in the new X-Men comic where she died. Way to ruin that for us. She was one of Jean Grey's students for her telepathy class, where she recalled premonition nightmares which had unfortunately led to her death. It wasn't until the Deadpool movie where NEGASONIC Teenage Warhead was given a whole new set of powers and a new look. In fact, NEGASONIC Teenage Warhead is in this movie mainly for the fact the producers loved her name. So who exactly is she? Well, she's portrayed as the apathetic teenager with a million better things to do than hang out with Deadpool. In the movie, she tags along with Colossus as part of her training, but it becomes apparent that Deadpool and NEGASONIC Teenage Warhead don't see eye to eye. Shocking, right? The two exchange some less than nice words. Clearly, NEGASONIC Teenage Warhead doesn't want to be there working with Deadpool, but she clearly has no choice when it comes to her duties as an aspiring X-Men. At least her name's super fun to say. Colossus. We're just gonna level with you for a second. We're not entirely sure why Colossus was in the first Deadpool movie. In the comics, the two don't even share a panel, let alone an issue. Still, the producers and writers had a plan for Colossus, and in the end, it worked out. Colossus is one of the more prominent members of the X-Men B-Team, and in the movie, he's portrayed as a solemn, straight-talking mentor to the other X-Men. He develops an interesting relationship with NEGASONIC Teenage Warhead, and chastises Deadpool for misusing his powers for revenge and killing. So much killing. With Cable playing an antagonist in Deadpool 2, Colossus acted as the perfect straight man for Deadpool in his film debut, but something tells us that things would have been much different if Colossus would have had nothing to do with Deadpool. Dude kinda ruins your life sometimes, doesn't he? Wolverine. What's perhaps the single most requested crossover in comic book film history is Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and Deadpool. There have been jokes made, references to each other's work, and there was even a short-lived comic book where the duo teamed up. Like Cable, Wolverine would rather cut Deadpool to ribbons than work with him, but sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures. Of course, the main reason people want a Deadpool crossover now more than ever is because the last time Deadpool was in an X-Men movie, no one liked it, because it was awful. In X-Men Origins, Wade Wilson was featured and Deadpool made a cameo that was a little underwhelming. Understatement of the year. People want a do-over. They want Wolverine to bicker with Deadpool and drive each other insane, all while trying to save the day. Of course, with the way Jackman has been, we'll probably never see this movie come to pass. After Old Man Logan hit theaters, Hugh Jackman announced that he intends to retire his role as Wolverine. Now, someone could come along and take his place, but after playing Wolverine for 16 years, Hugh Jackman has left some big shoes to fill. Captain America. Often we forget that the Avengers and the X-Men take place in the same universe. Well, that might not be the case for the films, but that could change soon. Who knows? The world of the X-Men and the Avengers do cross over from time to time. However, Deadpool has teamed up with Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, after Wolverine's death to prevent bad guys from getting his DNA. Take into account that Steve is an older captain at this point, and that Deadpool can't help himself when it comes to pissing off authority figures, and you have yourself a classic Deadpool crossover. We imagine that if Cap was back in his prime, he wouldn't need to team up with a clown like Deadpool. Deadpool. Yeah, okay, that was harsh. He's a very lovable, hilarious clown. And those are some of your favorite Marvel superheroes who don't really like Deadpool as much as we do. What other superheroes do you know of who hate Deadpool? Let us know down in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to TheGamer for more content, and be sure to hit that bell to become part of our notification squad. Thanks for watching.